So we have the devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, how to practice the Sacred Heart devotion, chapter 3. So, what's that? Oh, no, just kidding. Not that anybody's really there, but you'll be there sometime. I had a very nice job today. Worked for a nice lady, surgeon, very pleasant person. Is this too much light? Sorry. Sorry about that. Very nice job today. Easy as pie, what can I say? Then I got a call late in the day. I was off Monday, but after the call, I'm not off Monday. Let's just put it that way. Nor am I off Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'm afraid that the people will watch this. Meanwhile, they won't. They just won't watch it. But I would love to share some of my experiences about certain things. I just can't. Well, while we were talking, the guy goes, he says, he goes, how much? He goes, hey man, either I'm working Monday or I'm not. What is it? What are we supposed to do? Work for free? How am I going to work for free? I got the disabled living off my taxes. I meant to say the supposedly disabled. I don't mean disabled people. We got to help disabled people out. But if we go by the natural law principle of subsidiarity, the family should help them out. Then the extended family should help them out. Then the local parish should help them out. If that fails, if you're in a poor parish, then it's really the community at large. And then you start going into the divisions of government, the local, the higher, and then the highest. That's called the natural law principle of subsidiarity. So if you're in need, there's no such thing as welfare in the Catholic world. Although government has an obligation to feed the hungry. Yes, that's true. But again, the principle of subsidiarity would apply insofar as the local, the most close, the lowest part of society should tend to the needs of the individual. And like we just did that breakdown. Anyway, we have the supposedly disabled milking the system. Then we have foreigners milking the system. I know people who aren't citizens that are using my emergency rooms. They're using the medical prescriptions. Oh yeah, and I know a guy he's not supposed to be here, and we're paying for his meds. Anyhow, then you got people who won't work. They're living off the system. So when I come to your house and you ask me to hang walking, I got to take all this into consideration. And then I give you a bill for all of the bills that I got to pay. It's not funny, it's just reality. But it is funny when you hear, I told the guy, so after he went like this, you know what I said? Nothing. I was waiting for. I said, do you want me to do it or not? He said, the price, he says. I said, what about it? He says, it's a little steep. I said, really? I said, that's standard. He said, that's standard? Yes, standard. I said, listen, buddy, I gotta go. He goes, nah, do it. Do it. Okay. I thought you'd say that. Anyway. I said, all right, I'll do it. I said, listen, I can't guarantee you that I'm going to be... I can't guarantee you that I'm going to be available the whole week unless you book me now, buddy. So he booked me. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I think we all should do is get a raise. I think you should get a raise, and I think I should get another raise. I think everybody in business... See, I'm going to write a book on business soon. I'm going to write a book on business. And it's going to be... One of the chapters... I'm serious. I'm talking to my business coach. One of the chapters is going to be give yourself a raise. Especially if you're self-employed. Raise your prices. Why? Because you need a raise. That's why. There's a couple of tricks. I can't share them on YouTube, but I am going to write a book. And fortunately, not everybody will read it, because you don't want everybody reading the secrets to successful business, because then everybody's going to know. But fortunately, those books are not widely circulated. Most people don't read today. So, anyway, I'm just rambling. But you must present your price with a very straight face. $6,000. What? 6,000. 6,000? Yeah. You got a lot of work here. 6,000? 6,000? 6,000. When can you do it? You never say right away. Probably get you in by next week. It's not a lie. Probably. If he says yes, then you can do it. That's what the probably is about. You can probably do it next week. If you say yes to the 6,000. All right, do it. Well, hold on. I need something called a deposit. Because people like you say, do it, and then you go out and find somebody else between now and Monday. That's a problem. So I need something called a check right now. You need a check. You didn't do anything. Actually, you're wrong. I came into your house. Let's do the math. I drove here. Watch this. I spent $16 on gas to get here. My commercial liability insurance, if I divide it by 30, is Let me see what it is before I say so. Okay. My commercial liability insurance, for which I have $1 million, is $3 to walk into your house. I'm already at gasoline and commercial liability insurance, and I'm at $19. Now, the vehicle in which I drove, now you gotta have a nice vehicle. It's gotta be nice and clean. We're not gonna charge for the car wash. Now let's do the car payment. Let's break that down. Okay. To have a nice vehicle at the place, plus the insurance. Because you gotta look at it like this. 25 bucks. I didn't do anything? Okay. So we got commercial vehicle insurance, commercial liability, gas, car payment. I gotta get a haircut to look good. We'll add $1 for that, because I get a haircut once every 10 days. And we won't include the tip. I don't want to get silly here. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. To come to your house, and this is conservatively speaking. We're not going to include the office in South Tampa, because if we did, you can add on $8 to this. $45. You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. I just spent $45 to shake your hand. It cost me money. Now, $45, right? That's in money that I spent for the day, and that's not even adding up. $45. Let's call it 50, because gotta have an office. $50. Now, how much time did it take me to get there? How much time is it going to take me to get out of there and make money elsewhere? That's 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours of my time. Let's not count the time that I'm there. I don't know about this color. I don't know about that color. What do you think, hun? 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 You like blue? I don't care. What do you think, Spencer? I like the blue. You do? I love it. You sure? I love blue. I don't like it. I don't like it either. Okay. That sometimes takes an hour and a half. And then I'm angry. Okay. Call it an hour sometimes with these people. How much is an hour worth for you? How much is an hour worth for me? Let's say that an hour of my time. Okay, let's do this. Watch this. An hour of my time is $125. Okay? So what do we have here? 125 plus 50? We're at $175. And I got a guy not wanting to give me a deposit. Dude. You owe me $175 for walking into your house shaking your hand, man. What's wrong with you? Wow. You're a real business person. Yeah. You got a check? Do you need this? I carry pens. Oh, I don't have you don't have a pen? I got a pen. Need a pen? I don't like using other people's pens. I got a different color pen. In fact, it's no longer mine, it's yours now. Now it's yours. Now you can use it. Okay. $175. How much deposit you want? Well. Well. Now the deposit has to be substantial. Here's why. If you take a small deposit and they go find somebody else to just eat it, they'll lose it. So the deposit has to be with a straight face now. Well, I got 300. 300? Yeah. $175. All right. Who do I make it out to? And then I tell them. So that's it, you know. So, but I will tell you this. The other day a guy gave me a deposit, and then he found somebody to do it cheaper. And then he called me and he goes, forget it. I said, wow, what happened? He says, I found a guy to do it cheaper. I said, what kind of primer did he use? Did he cut your walls when he cut the double seams? You'll only know in 3 months when the seams break. He took the wallpaper off in one day, put the new wallpaper up, which means that the substance he used to get the wallpaper off is still on your wall, which is now eating away at the glue that's trying to adhere to the wall on which both substances are. So you got yourself a jack job. That's what you got. I told you it was going to take 2 days, and you have a guy who did it in 1 day. I was going to do it in 2. You know what he said to me? Regardless. Don't you hate when people use the word irregardless? No such word. Irregardless. That's when you know you're dealing with an ignoramus. He didn't use that word, but irregardless. What they mean is irrespective. But they say irregardless, irregardless. You know what? Anything goes today. It's going to wind up on Urban Dictionary. Irregardless. Irregardless. Did any of you watch Sesame Street when you were younger? Remember they come out, A, B. No, they'd say E. They put an E up. A, T, eat. Or whatever. I remember that when I was a kid. Anyway, that was the events of the day. But I loved the hot air. And then when the guy told me the other guy's price, you know what I thought? First thing I thought? I didn't go high enough. That's what I thought. He told me the other guy's price, what he wanted. So I'm like, yeah, I know who he is. And then I said, he wanted that much? I should have gone higher. But I said, hey, you better take this price while it lasts. I don't play games here. I love what I do. Jesus Christ has given me a very good business. But obviously it could end tomorrow. And if it does, may the will of God be done, you know? God has so many good things. You know what the finest gifts are? I'm going to tell you what they are. Aside from the spiritual gifts that are given to your soul, I'm going to tell you right now what the finest gifts of God are. A Catholic wife, a Catholic husband, Catholic children. Those are the greatest gifts the world, a husband, a wife, or a child could ever have. Money doesn't mean anything. The greatest gifts are Catholics. And that's the truth of the matter. And most people don't even realize it. Most people don't even realize, oh my goodness, what some people would do for a Catholic child, or a Catholic wife, or husband, you know? Or a Catholic friend. How many people are suffering in hospitals today who are not visited? You know, Catholics used to go around visiting people, doing good works. They'd visit the sick, comfort the dying. It's all gone. Kids today, Selfish. Selfish. I was fortunate that I went to a school named St. Francis Xavier in Park Slope, Brooklyn, when I was a little boy. Sister Kathleen, who's still alive, told us to pray every day. Sister Rosemary, she was the prettiest nun. And I used to think she's pretty, you know. And she was our teacher. You could tell she was a young nun at the time. She gave us these little St. Joseph statues. I was so, you know what I remember saying when I was in the first grade? I said, this is the best day of my life. I remember she smiled when she heard that. She was cute. But you know what? She abandoned it. I saw her, maybe, I know when I saw her. 2008. We're 19 now. 18, oh, that's 11 years ago. She gave up the habit and everything. They all did. This is the Novus Ordo. So we got to keep the faith. Let's be faithful to Jesus, and He will favor us with graces and favors in due time. The practice of the devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus for every month, for every week, for every day, and for certain hours of each day. Here's the meat and potatoes of the devotion. He's going to tell you what to meditate on. It will not be necessary to mark out for a person who loves Jesus Christ ardently certain exercises. It's not necessary, he's saying. It will not be necessary to mark out for a person who loves Jesus Christ ardently certain exercises for each day and each hour. Whoever loves much, as St. Augustine says, is never without giving proofs of his love. Beautiful. It will, however, be useful to mark out certain times more suitable for showing this love in a special manner. This is what we shall endeavor to do in this chapter. The practice of the devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus for the first Friday of each month. You got to get your pen in your hand and make notes, because you're not going to remember it. So the title of this, what I'm writing, is What to Do. I had a bad day today. It was sad. I'll tell you some other time. It was very sad today. So, what to do, when to do it. First Friday. First Fridays. Let's call it First Fridays. Alright? So look what I have. So my notebook says this. Chapter 3. What page, in case I want to reference it. Don't forget, we're going to transcribe the notes from here and to consolidate them into less words and put them on a sheet of paper in what I call bullets. And this way we can practice this devotion. We can even put it on, they got to be laminated, because you're going to be going through this for years. So you got to laminate, you got to go to Staples or Office Depot, wherever you're comfortable, closer to your home. And you have to make type out the bullets from these notes. I'll show you what I do, and maybe you can copy them. Maybe I'll email them. If anybody wants these, just give me your email. I will email you the notes. Print it out and go have it laminated, because I take good notes. I'm a good note taker. What can I say? And then you'll be able to practice the devotion. Because once you've read the book, the bullets will trigger your memory to, oh, I remember this. I know what this note is about. And then you have the idea. That's the whole idea. The bullets will provoke the idea, and then you will be able to remember. So on First Fridays, what does Father Croiset say we should do? What's that? Oh yeah, okay. You busy? I'll hold. Just one second. Okay, you're done? Okay. The first Friday of each month was designated by our Savior himself as a day to be consecrated to honoring his Sacred Heart. Did you just hear that? Let me see if you picked up the words, the important words. The first Friday of each month was designated by our Savior himself as a day to be consecrated to honoring his Sacred Heart. What's interesting about that sentence? The day is supposed to be consecrated to him. I didn't know that. So the day, I'm going to write the entire day. This, you see what this devotion does? It uproots your whole spiritual life. What I mean by that is it uproots your worldly life. You know when you're pulling up weeds and all of that stuff comes up and it's all attached here and you look down, there's a cavity in the ground? Pull all that garbage out. Instead of going to communion, getting it over with, and then resuming your life. No. The whole day. Do you see how it changes you? The entire day. I was just... Hold on 1 second. I'm going to make a point too in this. 1 second. I was just doing a